Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pound show. This is the Daps and Pound show. Yeah, you know.
Hey everybody, what's going on? We're back again. Episode 21.
I didn't pick up on that until now.
Episode 21. We're back again like we never left. I'm like blanking on the intro right now.
Nah, you got to do the intro. Last time you didn't, remember? You were late, so we got to make sure we do it right this time.
Okay. My name is Malky. To my right we have...
Dobie.
And we are... Why can't I remember the intro right now?
We represent...
That's how, like...
Your brain, bro. It's mush. Guys, Malcolm will explain why his brain is mush. It's like a good, bad situation.
It's a good, bad situation.
All right, try again. You got this. You got this. Here we go.
What's up, everybody? We are here now, live in full effect. My name is Malky. To my right, we have...
Dobie.
And we represent two mics...
Two friends.
And one show, the Daps and Pound Show. We're back. We're back.
21. Booyaka. 21. It's a
We did it.
knife.
It's a knife. We did it, guys. We made it to 21 episodes. That's over a day of material and content. If you would like to have this material and content, you can. Guess what? It's yours for the listening. It's yours for the viewing. Go to YouTube, get out your handy dandy keyboard, type in the Daps and Pound Show, and boom, you will find our channel. Once you are at our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel. After you watch a few episodes, tell us what you think. Write a comment, all right? So subscribe and write a comment. It's very important on YouTube that you do that. Helps us out, helps our numbers, helps us grow. You can do the same thing on Stitcher and iTunes. We're there. We're on social media too.
Quick hits, Daps_pounds, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us. Let us know what you think. All we ask is just talk to us and we'll talk back. That's all we want. Talk to him. Fresh Prince just had dinner with Tatiana.
Woo! That's one of my favorite
so
intros.
Good.
Like, was that my favorite Drake intro?
You said it was. Nothing was
At one time, I think it was, and I think it might still be. You know, his intros are underrated. He's had some really good intros. Mm-hmm. Keep the family close.
Fireworks.
I forgot about Fireworks. The Nothing Was the Same. The intro on
Pound, which is Pound Cake.
Yeah. The intro on More Life. It just
Free Smoke was the intro on More Life, right?
Yes. It helps say that, hey, this guy put a complete album together and not just a bunch of loosey gooseys.
Take Care. What was the name of that one?
Over My Dead Body.
Over My Dead Body.
That beat's tough too. Big fan of that.
I think beat-wise, hip-hop-wise, Pound Cake was the best intro, but I like Views Keep It in the Family intro more. Because it was so cinematic.
It's so cinematic, and it's so artistic, and it's so out there, and it like starts telling the story that's kind of goes through the whole album. It was good.
I loved it.
It was good. It's great. Guys, we're going to get into more music, obviously, because that's what we do. But also on the show, we're going to, aside from new music, we're going to talk about the NBA draft that just went on. Mm-hmm. NBA draft was last night. Some teams that I really care about really wet the bed. That's
Some
going to
would
be...
say it was some bull crap.
Bull crap, yeah. So we're going to talk about the NBA draft. Trades that went down. We're going to also talk about some rap crews, talk about the best rap crews. We're going to give you our top five favorite albums that won Grammy for Album of the Year. Woo! Guys, Album of the Year. It's the biggest award that you can get that night. We're going to run down our top 5 favorite and get back to ya. Mm-hmm. So, guys, starting off, we always have to start off with our good, bad
bad.
Dobie, what you got?
All right. Good. Steam sale going on. Oh, boy.
Tell them what that is, because I didn't know.
Yo, that's Steam sale?
Steam sale?
If you a PC gamer?
That's how I think types.
Okay. What? Can you please type your name, sir?
That was an L.
So Steam is a what's the word I should look for? I don't even know what the right word is. It's a storefront where people post their games for PC players to play. It's very popular, so you can get so many games through Steam. And during the summer, they will have what's called a Steam sale, and the prices are just ridiculous, and it lasts for about a week. And people go crazy. And there's already been memes made about like their wallets being emptied and all sorts of different things. But it happens every year, and people get really excited for it. So I already bought a like mini golf game, and it was like only $4.
Oh, cool.
You know, and we're gonna play mini golf tonight.
Mini golf.
You know, why not?
Mini golf.
Keep it in the family. So
keep it in the family.
Went up to Chicago for Lexus training on Monday. That was super cool and perfect weather, whatnot. But it was like from Lexus, and really the main gist of it was they talked a lot about the new LS that's coming out. And how they went like above and beyond with like design and things of that nature. But then also, so Lexus is going through a rebranding phase. So originally the change was Pursuit of Perfection.
Right.
And now it's changed to Experience Amazing. And their idea behind the brand change was they're really trying to go after brand personality. So they showed us, you know, when you see these brands, like, what do you think of? So they showed Apple, and then when people say Apple, you immediately think of like modern, creativity, techie, like people. Those are Mac users. Or when you see Nike, you think of like athletic, you know, just do it. And so with Lexus, they're saying like, what is our brand personality? Because when people say Lexus, there really isn't much contributed. Probably just old. You know, old money. But now their 3 words are brave, thoughtful, and imaginative. So they're just trying to like push this idea. And I think a lot of it has to come with they're scared like the millennials aren't interested in Lexuses at all. But they're in a very hard position because the older folks who actually can really afford our car and drive our cars and have driven our cars, they don't like the new styling that much.
Right.
Like the new grills and stuff, we get it all the time. Like they're the same great cars, they last forever, they ride still smooth, but they just don't like this new styling. And then the millennials though are still, they're trying to come over this thing that Lexus is like an old person's car. And so like they're in this weird spot right now. So we'll see what happens, but it was still cool. I felt kind of salty because D-Vic works up in Chicago.
That's the homie.
Forgot she works in a hotel.
That's the homie.
Right?
Yeah.
I could have gotten this suite for $84, but I didn't reach out to her because I could have stayed in Chicago for the night. That was Mary and I were going to plan to do that, and then dumb me. So she was like, I could have gotten you $84 suite, but no. And I was like, oh my goodness, next time.
That's good to know, though, at least for next time. Yeah.
So,
shout out to D-Vic.
Are you planning to go to Chicago for July 4th weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be here before we know it.
I haven't been able to, like, really think about stuff like that. But yeah. I'll be there.
Yeah. Tell them why you can't. You haven't thought about stuff like that mainly, but now you can.
Do you have any more good, bad, bads?
I mean, it is what it is, man.
Okay. So I've been telling you guys that I have been studying like crazy. I've been studying for the GMAT, which is the test that you need to take to get like a score for business school and send off to business schools and get in, yada yada. Well, I took the test today. So this past week. I've been trying to go to the gym every day, like recently, and this past week I didn't go to the gym once because like I've been just trying to lock in. I didn't really talk to anyone. I have so many like text messages that I never replied to from tons of people. My bad, guys, but I've just been locked in, just working and studying this entire week. I took the test. It's the hardest test I've ever taken in my entire life. Malcolm's not a math person. But I did pretty good. I did okay. I didn't get the score I wanted to get, but it's that feeling of when you've taken something and you're just so happy that you were able to give yourself to something and complete it and follow through and not quit, because that's how I am. If something gets too crazy and I like talk myself out of it, like, nope, I'm not gonna be able to do it, and I just quit. But I was able to get through it, do it. It was worth it, and keep going. So we'll see what happens. It's up in the air. There's some possibilities out there. I'll let you guys know when that comes up. But right now, I'm just happy to have the test over with. But that's why my brain has been just mush. Like, for the past few months, honestly. My brain has been mush, and I haven't done too much outside of a few little things.
Right.
But, so that's a good. And then Brandon and I are going to meet up with some of our fraternity bros, and we are going to go to the Cardinal game tomorrow. So we planned that because we were saying, you know what, this test is going to kill us. We need to just get our mind right afterwards. So we're going to go to St. Louis to see the Cardinals play tomorrow. Haven't been to a game at all this season, so it'll be my first game this season. I'm going to try to squeeze in a few more. So yeah, those are good goods for me, man. Cardinals, and being able to say that I'm done with the stupid test. Worst test I've ever taken in my entire life, bro. It was so bad that my friend who took it with me, there were questions that popped on the screen, and he just started laughing. Like, that's just how, like, ridiculous it was. Bad. Oh, gotta say, rest in peace to Prodigy from Mobb Deep. What's crazy is, so when it comes to Prodigy, a lot of people were tweeting out RIP. I'll keep it real. I didn't listen to Prodigy until 2005, 2006, right? Because what happened?
Time out.
Okay.
Then Prodigy wasn't... I feel like, and I could be wrong, Prodigy, wasn't he on some type of, like, MTV, like, special or something like that?
When you say special...
I don't know, dude. I think I'm getting it confused with something else. But I feel like there was, like... Never mind.
He might have been.
ADD brain.
He might have
Whatever.
been. Well, okay, so the first time that I had heard Prodigy and knew who Mobb Deep was 2005-ish when 50 Cent dropped The Massacre.
Right.
During this time, if you guys remember, 50 Cent was signing everyone to G-Unit. He tried to sign Fabulous, didn't work, but he signed MOP. I know, that would have been... Him and Lloyd Banks together in a crew would have been just... just
Side note,
monsters.
real quick.
What's up?
The Dream single with Fab. Fab's got bars, man.
The Dream and Fab have like
a really good thing, though.
Thing. They have a thing. I like it.
Oh gosh.
But 50 Cent was signing everyone and their mom to G-Unit at that time. He signed Mace, he signed MOP, and he signed Mobb Deep, right? So they did the Out of Control remix. So if you had the deluxe version of The Massacre, you had the Out of Control remix. And it was, you know, I got what it takes to make the club go out of control.
Oh,
and because the original Out of Control was sped up. You think it didn't know I wasn't going out of control. So this was a slowed down Dr. Dre beat. And I heard Prodigy, and I was like, oh wow, Mobb Deep, that's dope. So I was 15 years old, and their first album, The Infamous, came out in 1995. So the people my age that are saying, oh man, I remember Prodigy so well, they're bugging. Because they had to go back and listen to it just like I did.
Right.
So when I was 15, I went back and I got their first album, The Infamous. It came out in like 94, 95. And Shook Ones was on there. Shook Ones is one of the best hip-hop instrumentals of all time. You hear it constantly in freestyles. It's at the beginning of the 8 Mile movie. Shook Ones is just amazing. And after hearing that, and after hearing Nas on Eye for an Eye, and all of these classics, you go, wow, this is amazing. They were signed to G-Unit, and that's why I was initially drawn to them, because I was big on G-Unit. But the way that we talk about the Clips now is the way that people feel about Mobb Deep back then.
Right.
Because Havoc and Malice were both the quieter dudes who were really good at rap, but they didn't have the personality.
Right.
Prodigy and Push, they have that gritty street coke gun talk that's insane. So like, it's kind of crazy that he passed away because he died from sickle cell, and 42 is young. He had been to prison. Seeing what people have to say about him and seeing the outpour from the hip hop community was really, really cool. So, yeah, man, from Daps and Pounds, rest in peace to Prodigy. He is one of the best storytellers and lyricists out there. He's really, really, really good at this thing we call rap. So, shout out to Prodigy. That's a bad too.
Yeah, no doubt. Rest in peace.
I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I don't think so. I think the Test, the Cardinals were my good. Bad was Prodigy. Bad will also send us to segue into the next topic of the NBA, and that is the Chicago Bulls. That was my moment of silence.
Come on, son.
The Chicago Bulls traded away Jimmy Buckets, who gave 6 years to the Bulls.
Bye.
Bye, Jimmy. Bye.
We're shooting a ball, and then we start waving our hands.
Jimmy gave 6 years to the Bulls. He went to Marquette University, which is in the Chicagoland area, Wisconsin land area. So it's kind of like he had been around for a while in the area. It's kind of weird because he's not born and raised in Chicago or anything, but he is in a way. So it sucks, man. And it sucks that they did it for almost a rebuilding strategy after Dwayne Wade had said that he's going to come back. I would have liked them to, I don't know, make some moves to make us contend. And if you're going to rebuild, I want everyone in the front office wiped out. I want them just to completely rebuild from the ground up. Hashtag fire Garpax. I'm all about it because they need to go.
The thing is that I'm so confused about is they could have gotten that pick with the 16th pick.
Yeah.
That guy wasn't on like everybody's radar.
Yeah. It was them pretty much saying, Jimmy, we're just sending you. Now,
either that or there's like back talk about it, like Jimmy actually wanted to leave and they were like, well, then we need to make a better situation for ourselves.
That could have been the case too. Jimmy is going to the Timberwolves now, and he's joining Karl Anthony Towns, who is touted to be the next Tim Duncan. And he's going to join Andrew Wiggins, Ricky Rubio, who can still pass the rock. That team might be one of the scariest 2K teams. I don't know how they're going to do in real life. But 2K? Timberwolves are going to be pretty good in 2K. I don't know how to feel, man. I don't know how to feel. The Bulls front office let me down, and that sucks. Other notes about the draft, though. What do you got?
They're saying Bulls and Knicks are like... Some people are saying Knicks actually had the worst draft.
Knicks are just the worst.
Phil Jackson, dude.
Phil Jackson got to go.
No, everybody's saying Phil Jackson got to go.
I was reading something on Twitter where people were saying that this is the first time that it's crazy because he is as bad of a GM as he was a great coach. Like the levels of greatness that he was as a coach in reverse is the levels of bad. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
He's really,
it's
really
like
bad.
his personal teeter-totter.
Yeah.
So you're so high as a coach, but down here on the bottom of the teeter-totter, that's your GM skill.
Yeah, for sure. And then when you flip it, it's just...
And now you just got to get off because you're not going the other way. You're not going the other way.
Phil Jackson, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Whatever. What else happened?
You know who Phil Jackson is now?
Who?
What he is?
Trinidad! You're Trinidad. I'm sorry, Phil. Thank you for everything you did. 6 rings. But you're trash. I'm sorry. You garbage. You garbage. Your boy.
Do you remember when I used to say like cabbage? I said there's garbage and then there's cabbage and I'm cabbage.
Somewhat.
Dude, I don't know why I said that all the time.
Cabbage.
Dude, I'm so cabbage.
I'm so cabbage.
Dude, how's your shot looking? Oh, it's cabbage. It's cabbage.
Cabbage. Your boy got drafted.
Yo, Sindarius Thornwell. Some people actually have said this is like the steal of the draft because he went in round 48. SEC Player of the Year. His stats, like, as somebody showed this to, his stats versus Kentucky, Lonzo Ball had worse stats than Sindarius did when they played Kentucky. And, like, when you look at his stats, and it's so funny because everybody's like, oh, stats matter. But with Sindarius' case, like, apparently it didn't because he went second round. And then that shows though, because Milwaukee picked him up, and then Clippers bought it.
Yeah.
So that shows to me
He's wanted.
That shows to me too. Well, I'm wondering if it was Jerry West.
Could have been. It could have been. Jerry West is going to do good things with the Clippers. He is amazing. He's the one who got Shaq to actually leave and come to the Lakers. So he got Kevin Durant to go to the Warriors. Jerry West is going to do good things with the Clippers.
I agree. And so I'm going to buy Thornwell jersey. I don't know what LA Clipper jersey I want, though. This is going to be my
black
first
one.
The
black one's hard.
But I almost thought the old Christmas one, like with the Los Angeles.
Oh, that one's hard too.
Yeah.
That one's hard too.
So I don't know
if you can get one
with Thornwell.
I don't know. But maybe this year they're going to keep it around the same style.
I don't know. But
wait till Christmas.
Somebody tweeted out, and that was so true. I was like, they said, why did Thornwell have to go to the team with the worst NBA logo?
Do you know what a Clipper is, by the way? Like, do you know
Barber,
why they
right?
call it? Well, yeah, but do you know like what?
I thought that's where they're like red and like white and blue came from, like with the barbershop poles.
Oh,
Clippers.
I've had no idea for years. Maybe that's why.
That was my thought.
No, I wasn't saying that as like I'm gonna say so. I was asking a genuine question. I do not know what a Clipper is. Yeah.
I was like,
isn't it funny how like the Suns, like you can't be a Phoenix Sun because there's more like they're the Suns, but there's one sun. And
yeah,
like
they're
the
stars.
Heat,
they can be the Stars. But then the Stars is like the worst like team name ever because it's like really,
bro. The big three
Stars.
that Ice Cube is doing. I guess the first game is this Sunday. Have you seen the team names?
No, are
Bro,
they dope?
they're like the Ghosts, the Monsters.
Dude, that's
the
Blitz.
Trilogy.
Those are those Blitz teams.
I know. Trilogy.
The Trilogy.
Power. I think.
Powerhouse.
I think.
Please, Hammer Time. Please let there be a team.
I don't think there's a Hammer Time. I don't think, and they're selling the jerseys, and I'm just like,
I'm surprised they didn't have the audacity to call themselves Goats. The Goats.
That'd be sick. I think Iverson's on a team with Chauncey Billups.
I thought Chauncey. He hasn't accepted.
He hasn't accepted yet. Yeah, he hasn't accepted. Which, if I were him, I would go ahead and do that. I would accept that Cavaliers position over doing this big three thing.
Oh yeah, but no, I think Chauncey's worried because once LeBron goes, it's like, okay, well, what do the Cavs have?
Do you think LeBron's gonna go
though?
I know there's a big case for him to stay, and there's a big case for him to go too. It's
I think
kind of up in the air.
I don't know. I think it's almost going to depend on what happens
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see him leaving, but for some reason I can see him leaving and going to the Clippers and not the Lakers. I think he likes
it. I think he also really, really likes Kyrie.
I think he does too. But
and then Kyrie has apparently said if LeBron goes, like, I want to bounce.
I wouldn't blame him. Why would Kyrie get your check, dog? Like, I don't know when his contract is up.
Oh, he gonna get
when his
paid.
contract is up, he better opt out and hold on and just wait because the Orlando Magic or some team is willing to give him $200.
And you know Kyrie's agent is just like licking his taste buds.
Oh my gosh, Kyrie's about to get paid.
So we've kind of discussed this before with the draft. I think De'Aaron Fox, he went, was it 3? 3 or 4?
4, I believe. 4.
No, Josh Jackson went 3, right?
Right.
And you believe Josh Jackson is going to be the biggest star?
I think Josh Jackson is going to be a stud. I do. I think Josh Jackson is underrated, and I think he's going to be a stud.
Well, he's not underrated if he was the third pick.
Yeah, not underrated, but I think like the names like Lonzo and Fultz had like a huge thing.
Lonzo, I think his name got big because of mainly antics off court. Now, don't get me wrong, like he's a second draft pick, and I think he's got skill. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he's going to be like a Jamal Crawford.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's a good player, but he's never like superstar potential.
Okay.
But he makes your team better. I don't think Lonzo is going. He has the ability to not make a team worse.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And that's like very good things.
I think he has. This is going to be the biggest wait and see ever, right?
Oh,
because
dude, I know.
Now that Randall's gone, he's going to hold that rock a lot. They didn't draft him this high to sit him. You know, he's going to play.
That's true.
At this point. So we're going to know. we're going to know within a month or so whether or not he has some potential or not. So, I don't know, man. I think Lonzo is going to be better than people think, but I also don't think he's going to be... I don't think he's going to be a superstar like Kyrie. I don't think he's going to be that.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I don't know.
We never know. I will say this, though. Golden State getting that dude from Oregon.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a crazy pickup.
Yep.
I just burped, I think, while I said that. That might sound weird. Anyways, because that boy he's a monster on those boards.
I don't know who's pressing the switches at Golden State, but
they're always winning.
They're doing the right things, man.
And then my other Gamecock, though, not Sindarius. He came in. He opted out of his junior year, went into the draft. PJ Dozier did not get drafted.
Yeah, but I've already seen a thing where they were saying that he's either going to walk on or be in the G League.
No, he's signed
Overseas?
a thing with the Lakers to play for the Summer League.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, he's good then.
And so
he's
people
Gucci.
are saying, like, PJ Dozier better, like, show, like, it's a good position because if he plays just as well or better than Lonzo Ball, that means he's got enough upside to stay there. Like, he's playing around good rookies to see what his potential can be.
Yeah, and two, like, he can always go to the G League. He can always go overseas. I think when you don't get drafted, there's like a cloud where...
If you go out as a sophomore, though, I think that was a little...
True, but it's not like in football, if you don't get drafted, it's hard to walk on.
It's like Canadian Football League, and
you
that's
got Canadian football. You got to hope to have good relationships. You got to hope that your interviews in the combine were good, that you can try and walk on a practice squad, and there's so many players.
Yeah.
Basketball, you got G League, you got overseas. Where overseas, they treat you like stars.
That's true.
Like
there's you got a great point.
Richardson from Peoria, he's in the top league over there, and they won the championship 2 years ago. Like
I didn't know that.
He went to Central in Peoria, and he is a decently big name overseas. I think he's in Turkey or China. I can't remember. There's the this other kid who played at Richwood, same thing. So I mean, basketball, you have some avenues. Football,
yeah. No, you got a great point. You got a great point. Yeah, I know Carrera. I don't know if you remember Michael Carrera. From South Carolina. He's playing overseas.
Yeah.
So, and then people, they get drafted from overseas if you play good enough.
All the time.
That Greg Popovich.
I was just getting ready that meme where he's running down the hallway.
So good.
It's like when Greg Popovich just heard that there's a new European player on the market, and he's just running down the hallway.
So good. I actually followed that guy who made that meme.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like...
Yeah, he's lit.
I was like, this guy, I gotta follow, because if he can come up with material like this, you gotta be good. And he's pretty much like all NBA talk, so... And he's kind of like a goof about it, so he's actually been a good follow. I don't even remember his name, though. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for this class. I'm excited to see what goes on.
Yeah. We're going to see.
I still think Golden State, though, is going to... Unless CP3 goes to Houston or Spurs, I think the West is still in a tough position to beat Golden State.
If Houston finds a way to get Paul George and CP3, which they're trying to do.
Dude, no, Golden State has a problem.
If CP3 goes to the Spurs and Kawhi is really healthy, Golden State has a problem. If
No, because they would have to trade Aldridge.
Well,
no,
he wants
not
out
anymore.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, because he's a little butthurt.
I heard a report where he could possibly go back to Portland. If I'm Lillard, I'm like, stay away, dog. Like, you wanted to leave so bad.
They already got Zach Collins.
Yeah, and I don't think that's gonna happen anyway. I think that.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
I don't think that's gonna work.
That's like grass is greener on the other side, Aldridge.
Yeah, Aldridge, you were booty in the playoffs.
So was Tristan Thompson. So that makes two centers who.
True. Tristan Thompson was trash.
Anyways.
Tristan Kardashian. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on.
Okay. Well,
so
moving
he gets
on.
some rebound.
Basketball is my favorite sport.
Talk.
I like the way you dribble up and down the court.
I like
keep
the
it
pick
so
and roll.
fresh.
Oh, yeah. That's the second verse. Yeah, you're right. I keep it so fresh. What's the next part?
I keep it so fresh on the microphone, and then that's where I stop.
Okay. I know I like to pick and roll. I like to give and go, but it's basketball. Blah, blah. Let's go.
Blah, blah. That's what he said.
Blah,
right?
blah. Let's go.
Bow Wow challenge. Yo, right now we in this mansion, yo. It's so big. Basement. Like, this ain't a black screen. Like, this is... Do you know what this is made of?
Armani, dog.
This is... That Versace. Drake, come at us. Migos, holla at us. Like, we do it for the culture.
Shouts to the shout.
Like, do you even know, like, what Versace is, dude? Like,
do you?
This is, like, so black. Like, Panther gets jealous.
Dude, I can't wait for the Black Panther movie.
Oh, my God.
Trailer looks made.
Yo, I might, like, actually, like, walk in there blacked out.
I might...
With the, like, I'm telling you what.
Dude, if I can get a hold...
When black culture wins, I get excited. Yo, like, for real.
Listen, that's
you
a
know
good
me.
thing.
You know me long enough.
That's a good thing. I'm all for black culture winning.
Dude, I want black culture to win.
If I can find...
If I had to choose a culture, I'd choose black culture. Like, and everybody's like, no, you just say that. And I was like, no, bro, if one had to go, like, by white people... I'm telling you, bro. I've seen both sides.
Oh my gosh.
I've been to all white parties and all black parties. And you know which ones are more fun? All black parties.
Have you seen the video of the older white gentleman with tattoos and he's like,
yo, yes, that's me.
So I went.
That's gonna be me. You know it is.
I found his Instagram.
Is it lit?
It's pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He was listening to the new 2 Chainz album. It's pretty dope.
Yo, by the way, I do love all my white friends. I don't want anybody thinking like all of a sudden like I hate white people.
White people are awesome.
We making a joke out here.
White people are awesome. Black people are awesome.
But I am kind of serious. But then all my parents would die.
Awesome.
My brother would die.
Yeah, I think. Can
you imagine if you had that responsibility, Malcolm,
to pick a race
choose which race that goes? Someone gotta go.
Somebody's gotta go.
Can you imagine? I'd be like, what? Come again?
Wait, what race would I say? You know what? Let me not put this on the podcast. let me not, because it's gonna get.
Our podcast goes viral because we talk about which races gotta go.
It gets viral and then it gets shut down, like in the same 24-hour span. Oh Lordy.
The Daps and Brown show is the most racist show on the internet
in the history of the world.
Oh jeez.
All right, guys. Every single week we give it to you.
Give it.
New music. Guys, this was a pretty light week.
Shining, 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 shining.
Yeah. I love that song now. We had a very
I listened to 3 albums. Oh gosh.
Drop. What'd you listen to?
I didn't want to cut you off.
What albums did you listen to?
Y'all cut each other off all the time. I just got excited. Grateful by DJ Khaled. Big Fish Theory by Vince Staples, and I got almost all the way through Evolve by Imagine Dragons.
Okay, I listened to that. I also listened to some of Selena, even though it's old music, because I love Selena. She was dope. She was lit. She was a Spanish singer.
Because you love Spanish singers.
Yeah. So let's go through.
Can you imagine Justin Bieber and Selena? Like, that track would have been lit.
We already got that. Selena Gomez. Oh, jokes.
Wait, were they on a track together?
They did like one song together, didn't they?
I don't think they did.
They never did a song together? They never gave the world that gem of Selena Gomez's beautiful singing voice?
It ain't that great.
No, I think it's trash half the time. I was just being facetious. I think that she can sing, but I don't know if she can sing some of the records that she decides to sing.
No.
Anyway, so DJ Khaled dropped Grateful, the best album artwork to ever be.
Yes, agreed.
Assad. We have been anticipating this album for a long time. Guys, the first excluding the intro, the first 5 songs were singles.
That's smart. I like people who do that because it's like because people want to hear what they haven't heard yet. So they skip through those.
Do you think this is Khaled's best album?
I looked at Major Key again.
Major Key has some joints.
Major Key had some joints. I feel like you could probably take a good 5 songs off of this. I'd have to dissect it a little bit more.
Yeah.
5 songs I think could go off of this album though.
So
and it'd be probably a little bit more concise. I heard many people say that it feels like a bloated DJ Khaled album.
And I guess like in store, this is a double album, like 2 CDs.
Ugh.
And bro, that's so hard to do well.
Yeah, no.
That's so hard to do well. A double, people don't work like that anymore.
No.
Our attention spans are too slow. It's kind of weird. I almost wish that he would have taken the songs off of this that sound like B-sides or like throwaway tracks and put them out as like the Grateful mixtape a week before he dropped this, and then drop the songs that are hard. I don't know, but
we'll see.
The songs that we've talked about on this podcast before are the first 4. So Shining with Beyonce and Jay-Z, really good. To the Max with Drake. We said a couple weeks ago we like it.
It sounds better on the album when you compare it to everything else.
I agree. To the Max with Drake. Wild Thoughts with Rihanna and Bryson Tiller. I personally love this one. I'm the One, which was number 1 on Billboard Hot 100. I'm the One is crazy. Love that with Bieber. Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne. Then we get into the album cuts.
We'll just go track by track for you guys, because this is definitely a huge album.
It's a big album. Everyone's talking about it.
It's a big album.
It's a big album for him. So the first song after the singles that you guys have already heard us discuss on this podcast, On Everything, featuring Travis Scott, Rick Ross, and Big Sean. Now, I will tell you that Rick Ross and Travis Scott are all over this album. Like, every time you turn around, there's a Travis Scott feature on this album.
Yeah.
This song was just okay to me, but it's not terrible. I didn't think this one was terrible.
I felt like the beat was a little weak.
Not only that, I felt like Big Sean was a little weird.
Yeah, like apparently people are saying he was taking shots at Kendrick, but like it's a very like I don't know what it is. It's like, but it's forgettable. Yeah. And then like when I sees ya, I see like okay, have you not listened to Comeback Season by Drake? When I sees her, I sees ya.
Yeah, Big Sean. That's kind of weird. I kind of want more from Big Sean. The song after that is called "It's Secured" with Nas and Travis Scott. I love Travis Scott. I love Nas.
They didn't go well together.
This was when I saw this on the track listing a few weeks ago. I was like, this is gonna be weird.
He needed to be with Pusha T.
This is gonna be weird. Oh, he definitely should have been on that. I had that same thought.
No,
So this one was weird. We have a gospel interlude.
Real quick,
what?
But that sounded like a throwaway Travis song. Didn't it?
It did. It sounded like a song that Khaled and Travis had worked on. And he was like, let's get Nas on this because Nas' album Done did so well on Major Key. That is a standout record.
Yeah, but
I think he just wanted Nas on a song.
Way different beat too, though.
So we have an interlude, a gospel interlude, and then after that we have a song that sounds weird to me as well. It's called Nobody. It's Alicia Keys and Nicki Minaj. I actually liked Nicki Minaj's verse on this. Her flow was, she's rapping, that was fine. But Alicia was weird on this, I thought.
I didn't like Alicia.
Yeah, the hook was
because you know
weird.
why? You know why? Alicia's at this point where Alicia gives you what Alicia wants to give you.
Probably.
There's no constructive criticism with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't be like, hey, would you be like willing to like change this up? Like Alicia gave him what she wanted, and then he had to work with it.
I would have much rather him just split it, take Nicki off, and let Alicia go on her own track.
An interlude.
Yeah, I felt like that would have been better if she just had it to herself.
Yeah.
And didn't try to put them together because I don't think they mesh very well.
Either that or what I would have, as DJ Khaled, I would have said, can you make a song dedicated to your child, since this child is dedicated, or this album is dedicated to kind of like my child. And I feel like that probably would have been a powerful message by Alicia.
That could have been there too. The next song is called I Love You So Much, which is one of the best titles ever. And it's featuring Chance the Rapper. This is the most happy-go-lucky sounding like song. Chance dedicated this to his daughter. Khaled dedicated this to Assad. I don't know. I mean,
it was weird.
I was expecting something different, and I almost feel like I did when the very first time I heard To the Max, where my head was thinking something else, and then I heard this and I was like, but I didn't hate it. And that's the same way I feel about this. My head was thinking that this was going to be something else. I don't hate it. I think it can grow on me. I love what Chance is saying lyrically, though.
Yeah, it's so good.
I love Chance right now, though. But the song after that's called Don't Quit. Now, I really like this song.
It's because Calvin Harris, though.
Don't Quit featuring young Calvin Harris, Travis Scott, Jeremiah. I actually really like this song. I think this is a huge standout on the album.
This is a good one.
To me, this is my favorite song outside of the singles that came out.
Really?
Yes. Don't Quit's amazing. I really liked it. The next one is called I Can't Even Lie, featuring Future and Nicki Minaj. This was an okay one for me. It was just okay.
I think it could have been taken off.
It probably could have.
This is one I would have cut.
It was just okay. Down for Life, Our Boy Party Next Door, Future, Travis Scott, Rick Ross, Kodak Black.
The chorus.
This was bloated.
It was the chorus. Rick Ross shined on this, though.
Yes, he did.
Rick Ross's verse was crazy.
Rick Ross was dope.
They could have cut it after Rick Ross. They didn't need Kodak Black on that.
No, Kodak was just kind of thrown on there for whatever reason. Major Bag Alert featuring the Migos.
Song.
Yeah, old song.
Still good.
Migos are on top right now. We know that. Good Man, Pusha T, and Jadakiss. I mean, it's the bars you expected. I was happy with it just because I'm good with any time you have lyrical gun talk.
I'm sorry, these two tracks are actually standouts to me. The next one, Billy Ocean, I was shocked at.
Billy Ocean is great.
I was shocked at how good Billy Ocean was.
Let me change my stance on Don't Quit. Let me reverse on Don't Quit. It's
Fat Joe and Raekwon called Billy Ocean, and the song is lit. I'm telling you.
So back in the day, Fat Joe was a part of DITC, which is Digging in the Crates, that had Big L in it. And so they're just lyrical. Obviously, Raekwon is part of Wu-Tang. So them together on a track after all these years, Joe has some. Joe is still good.
Joe came to eat.
I'm telling people, man. For the people who think Fat Joe is just lean back, listen to Big Pun's first album on a song called Twins, Deep Cover 98. It's insane. So Fat Joe brings it. Raekwon brings it. I like this song a lot.
Both of those are great hip hop tracks, and I feel like Good Man Nas should have been on it, and it would have been like the perfect trifecta of rappers.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would have been a very good standout track. So I would have taken Nas. I would have taken that song with Nas and Travis completely off the album, and I would have thrown Nas on top of Good Man.
I like that.
Because what are Pusha T and Jadakiss gonna say? Like, nah, we don't want Nas on the album.
Oh yeah, they'd be good with it.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Pull a Caper. I didn't like this song.
No, it will grow on you. I'm telling you, listen to it again. I'm telling you, listen to it again.
And you know, it's rare that I don't like a Gucci.
No, listen to it again.
Okay. I'm gonna give it more try. I'm gonna give it a chance.
You go back through this entire album, like skip Good Man and Billy Ocean, and it sounds better because you just listen to two hip hop tracks. Then you get back into that other style.
That's probably why. It's probably why. That's a good point.
I think it's a bad position. I would have put. Yeah. Anyways.
The next song is called That Range Rover Came with Steps. Again, one of the best album titles of all time. Range Rover Came with Steps. It features Yo Gotti and Future. Yo Gotti has been growing on me again. Like I really like Yo Gotti. I can't really tell you why. His flow is kind of weird, but it's good. Like I like Yo Gotti. But
I wish 21 Savage was on this song.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see him on this. I mean, overall, it didn't like grab me.
No,
it didn't grab me, but it's just.
Yeah, I could have taken this one out personally.
Yeah, Iced Out My Arms.
I only like it because of T.I. Because T.I.
Yes,
like
he shines.
Out.
T.I. shines.
He stood out.
Future, Migos, 21 Savage, and T.I. are on that song, and T.I. does stand out. He's a standout on that song. The next song is Whatever. Future, Young Thug, Rick Ross, and 2 Chainz.
Perfect title. Whatever.
It's like he was like, I have this beat. Who do I want to put on it? Whatever. Thug, I'm coming off of an album with Thug that I really, really like.
I didn't like his verse.
And I didn't either. It was just kind of like, man, Thug, you got me right now. This is your time to just win me over completely as a fan, Thug.
Why can't you know how good our album would be if we had the tools that DJ Khaled had?
Dude, it'd be so good if we could just like that's why if I could be anything in the music industry right now, it would be an A&R.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I could put together, just listings and track order to bring people.
I know.
It's insane. But
Gosh, it'd be a problem.
the next song, Belly, the interlude, you didn't like it? Did you like it?
Yo, I didn't know Belly could bar like this.
XO, shout out to Belly, man.
Belly killed
Shout
it.
out to Belly.
I like Belly and Nav a lot. I like Belly more than I like Nav, and this
XO.
proved it. I didn't know Belly had this in him.
If Belly and Nav keep going and the weekend keeps going, XO is rivaling OVO.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at like
Hold on.
artists that are popping.
Yeah.
Popping.
They have a sound, but then you're like, jeez, but OVO, like, they still got, like, Mahi Jordan, Party Next Door, like, Magic Jordan, sorry, and Party Next Door. Like, I still go back and listen to that song. I went back and I was like, dang, that single?
It's hard.
It's so good.
It's hard. I don't know what's wrong with Magic. As far as the way that they're being presented, I don't know if it's working in America.
No, it's not.
I feel like
overseas,
I feel like
it
it's
is.
popping, but I feel like for some reason we're not connecting to it. I mean, we are, but like, I don't know if they're like popping that way. But also, I don't necessarily go to clubs that would have that in rotation. So maybe in like really nice Euro steppy clubs in Chicago or something that's being played. You guys will have to let me know. But I don't know what's wrong. There's something from a branding standpoint that I think needs to change for America, maybe to like.
It's not branding.
Go on it.
It's not branding.
What
It's
is it?
because they're not doing the type of style beats that Nav and Belly are on.
Yeah.
If you trying to say that they couldn't make bangers like that with
See, and the first mixtape I heard, like this, like her, like songs like that are so crazy.
but they didn't blow up either.
They didn't. You're right. But I mean, I think that stuff is more in the vein of what XO is doing, and I like Magic Jordan. I'm gonna continue to be a fan. But back to this, XO is doing work right now. Really
They
like
are.
what they're doing.
I'm telling you, EMI.
She's the female Nav.
They need, bro. Did you listen back to it at all?
No, I
Like,
haven't listened back to it.
You need, like, I'm telling
I
you,
haven't listened back to it.
Please go.
You know
back.
what I listened back to? That Big Boy album. Bro, that Big Boy album is crazy. It's crazy.
I believe you.
I love it. Unchanging Love with Movado. This was just kind of whatever. I mean, if
Good
you
track, but it does not fit on the album.
No. And he always finds a place to put Movado on his albums. There's always like one song with Movado. It's his artist. But if you're not used to listening to him, then I think it would sound really weird. But he always does it. I don't know necessarily why. Last song's called Assad Talk. Yes, boy. Yes, boy. Yes, boy. And you hear Assad giggle. Shout out to DJ Khaled. Overall, I say that this album is his very own Now That's What I Call Music.
Great way of
Like
saying
it's there's so many songs that it's like a true compilation. All of his albums are compilation, but you feel like they're actual songs. This just sounds like he was just like, hey, you guys want to record a song? And he just happened to bump into 2 Chainz. Hey, I got a song right here. And I mean, a lot of stuff sounds like that, but I'm not mad at it. I got to give some of these songs more time, but Khaled, I am grateful. Thank you. I am grateful. Imagine Dragons.
I thought the first track was
Evolved. First track is amazing. I like Believer.
Yeah.
Make me a believer. I like that song. It makes me happy.
They stand out.
They do. I like them.
I don't know why, dude, but sorry guys, the first song is called I Don't Know Why, and I started listening to it and I was thinking, wow, this is going to be absolutely amazing actually, and the first track continued to be the best track in my opinion.
I don't know what I mean, they're alternative, but it's hard to figure out what bubble to put them in.
That's
sometimes.
good. That's why they stand out.
I like them though. I like Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
But I like Believer. I don't know why it's crazy. I'm not as crazy about Thunder as some people are. yesterday. I gotta go back and listen to some stuff though. But Imagine Dragons Evolve is out now.
I think if you've already liked Imagine Dragons, this probably goes. I mean, I don't think anybody's upset about this album. I think it's very true to who they are still, and they're on the same role. Like it still has that kind of familiar, power melodies and choruses that just kind of randomly just start getting stuck in your head.
I agree. So now on to an album that, hot take from me, I think sonically, instrumental wise, beat wise, musically, it is as good as Kendrick Lamar's Damn album that he dropped this year. Vince Staples, The Big Fish Theory, came out today. Man, I think this is great. I love it. I think it's good. There's so many tracks that I could bring up, but we both love 745.
740. I'm going back to this album. I'm digesting this album. Vince Staples, I did not really like anything else you've put out, but this album, I said I like those 2 singles.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have a feeling I'm actually really like this album.
Yep.
And sure enough, there's just something about it, man, where I'm like, okay, I'm listening and I like it. I like what I'm listening to.
He's got one with this, man. Vince Staples has got one with this.
It's buzzing. Twitter's been buzzing.
Big Fish, Crabs in a Bucket, 745, Yeah Right, that Kendrick verse on Yeah Right.
By the way, if you are looking for the Kendrick Lamar verse, it is not shown. He's not shown as a feature, but it's Yeah Right. So track number 7.
Yep.
Kendrick always does his thing.
Yep. He's really hanging on to the double time and changing his voice and then doing the echo background. Kendrick is really hanging on to that. I was wondering if there would ever be a time where, he like steps away from that style, but I think he's kind of honing it and saying like, this is what I'm doing. So shout out to Kendrick for that.
True.
But 745, Love Can Be, bro. I love that song. It goes in a lot of different directions, but I like it. It's funky. It's
so much good stuff in this album. What was there was another one I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I have to go back. There was just so many things like I did. Like the singles still shine to me. Big Fish and Rain Come Down. Those were great picks for his first 2 singles. And they still fit really well in the album.
Yeah.
In some singles, it stands out, and you're like, well, this doesn't even vibe with the rest of your project. But this one, like, you can tell he made his 12 songs, and he said, okay, this is my album. And they said, okay, what 2 do we want to, like, push?
Yep.
And it fit really well.
I like it. I think this album's really good. You had said, man, that you thought 2017 we'd look back at and go, the albums dropped were crazy, and I think you might be right. Like,
we got so much.
I'm still playing the Ross album, by the way.
The DJ Khaled album made me want to go back to the Ross album.
We had Ross, Kendrick, Drake with More Life, this, Big Boy. Like, this year's been crazy.
Yeah.
This year's been pretty...
EMI. Dude, and like a lot of like younger hip hop artists have dropped too.
A lot of young people.
Bryson Tiller. Black.
2 Chainz.
Wait, was Black last year?
I think he's the end of last year, yeah. But
I mean, we felt like Weeknd and Black still carried over.
Sean,
you know what I'm saying?
Sean dropped 2017.
Golly, dude.
2017's been crazy for new music.
Oh man.
We're gonna go through.
What a year to start the podcast.
Perfect year. It's all about timing, they say, right? That's what they say. We're gonna go through a few Lucy's that came out.
Yo, Hammer Time by my man Lecrae.
Hammer Time by Lecrae is really, really good.
Somebody tried. Did you listen to the Swoop song?
No, I saw people tweeting. I saw Prop tweeting about it though.
Somebody was trying to tell him, Rome. He was like, he thinks this song's kind of weak. And I was like,
Hammer Time?
Yeah, I was like, what? No. He's like, it needed something else. And I was like, No, it doesn't.
This is the most I've bounced to a Lecrae song since Joyful Noise.
And he switched up his flow and his verse and like how he presents his verse, like, and it sounded really well.
Yeah. I think Hammer Time by Lecrae is really good.
I loved it.
I still think people are sleeping on last week, Tori Kelly and Lecrae.
Dude,
I really think that
I think he's better. 3 for 3.
I do too.
Now,
but you know what it is?
It's 3 features.
It is, but I think we're gonna get to a point with Lecrae where the Christian community is gonna be like, "Oh, well, you've been here for so long," you know what I mean? And they're just gonna start kind of looking for something else.
Maybe.
Because the Christian hip hop industry is just like any other industry. You know, the people who have been there and been winning, eventually they look for something else for a minute. So that might be Lecrae's time. But I personally have liked all of his stuff.
It's good.
Gucci Mane, he came out with Tone It Down.
Garbage. Come on, bro.
Chris Brown.
Come on. How you going to use Mask Off Flute? Like, you know, Mask Off has one of the hardest... Like,
do you know how hard it is for me to say Gucci Mane dropped a trash single?
Future...
Do you know how hard that is for me, man?
Think about this. Future has probably, in the last 5 years, 5 years, I don't even know what I would say. Some of the hardest beats in March Madness and Mask Off.
March Madness is insane. Yeah.
So, Tone It Down, ladies and gentlemen, by Gucci Mane uses the same sample flute that they use in Mask Off. So, you hear this flute and you're like, oh, Mask Off. And then you start comparing the song to Mask Off. And then Chris Brown starts singing and you're like, oh, okay, Chris Brown. And then you hear Gucci Mane and you're like, all right. And then you go back to, but why did you use the flute? That's it. That's all you need to hear.
Drake dropped Signs, okay? This was inspired by a Louis Vuitton fashion show a couple days ago. So throughout the fashion show, the entire runway, the models were walking out to OVO Sound music. I believe it's tomorrow on OVO Sound that they are releasing. What are they calling it? Just music inspired by Louis Vuitton.
I don't know. That Magic Jordan song is good though.
Yes, I like that as well. How do you feel about the Drake single? I like it personally.
Here's the thing. I haven't it released today, so I haven't listened to the iTunes quality. So I had to listen to the stream. There's nothing about it that I didn't like. I didn't think it is a star song, but like as in like the everyday struggle that they were talking about, like, is Drake missing? And then DJ Mustard was like, yeah, but like, are his misses really misses?
Yeah, they're not. It's just their songs. You know what I mean? Like sometimes an artist will put out songs, but they're still really good songs. It doesn't mean that they're misses. It just means that they're not hits. And Gucci Mane put out a miss. You know what I mean? Signs is not a miss. And I think that's the big difference there. So yeah.
I think the only miss I thought right hand was a miss.
And I love that song, by the way. I love that song.
Fell through the cracks. But I know it. That's the worst part. You my right hand. You my go-to. Like,
I like that song personally. Signs, to me, I can listen to R&B Drake all the time. Every day. Probably all day.
I'm telling you, he needs to do what Nelly did. He needs to do a party sweat twofer.
I think
he needs to.
I think he can't frame it that way, though.
Yes, he can.
I don't know.
Would you be mad? Time out.
It's not about me, because I'm a stan. I will like what he does.
But it's the perfect way to please everybody.
I think he just has to do it. I don't think he can say, hey, man, I'm dropping an album. Half of it's going to be this. I just think it needs to be that way. But I don't think he needs to... Like, Nelly marketed it that way.
Right.
I don't think Drake should market it that way.
No, it would be like AB. White, black. Something like that. Something artsy.
I fear...
Either that or he would do like, you know, like...
People are waiting to tear Drake up right now. The hyenas are out.
Dude, I would personally absolutely
we
love
definitely
it.
would, but I'm afraid for him.
But what's the difference between putting those two albums together versus taking them apart so that the user doesn't have to skip what he doesn't want to listen to? Which is what he's at right now.
I think
you get all the old I'm not gonna say old hip hop heads. You just have people who like rap Drake and they don't like his singing. They just don't like it. So then you have those tracks. Well, fine, then don't listen to that side. But then you have other people, like a lot of girls, they don't necessarily like his rap as much as they like his singing. So then you got that. And then, sure, on tour, he's going to mix them together.
I think on an album, I would personally love it if it was half and half. I just don't want him to market it that way and fear that it would trigger people to already have things in their head about it. I think if he had 5 hip-hop songs where he's just rapping and then like this weird interlude that he's 40 is amazing at, transition, and then all of a sudden this is an R&B album. I think that'd be amazing if he did not state it. I almost think it would be a better album if it was not marketed that way and it just transitioned into it.
I see what you're saying.
Because if you
market
it
it that way... But it would have to be one project? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, one project.
But half and half.
But half and half. Just 5 songs here, 5 songs here, and just go into it. Because if you market it that way, the hyenas are going to be like, oh, Drake, who does Drake think he is? But I can see it now, and I can see me on this podcast, on episode whatever, being like, y'all are trash because you don't respect G. We gotta stop talking. Signs by Drake. I give it a thumbs up. I like it. R&B Drake is great. Then we have Haim. Still don't know if I'm saying that right, BT Dubs. HAIM, the 3-woman trio. They dropped Little of Your Love. I'm still here for it. I like it.
Whatever. I didn't really.
Then
I listen.
What do we have here?
Division.
Listen.
Yo, his is a
This is my favorite Division song since September 5th. The other single that was out, this is better in my opinion.
I knew you would like it more. I like the other one more because I knew the sample would touch you.
Yes,
in a certain
the sample
place.
is insane. I know that was a little wild, but the sample is dope. Don't know if I'm so. Shout out to Division. Out there. The song's called "Don't Choose." We are big supporters of everything OVO Sound. So keep doing your thing, Division. We cannot wait for another album.
We didn't even talk about though. We said we were big supporters of OVO. We didn't even talk about their new artist.
Oh yeah, so they have a new artist. His name is. I think it's what is it?
I know I'm blanking on it.
I downloaded it.
So we apologize because he dropped it.
Plaza. His name is Plaza, and he dropped an EP called Shadow. Mm-hmm. This came out last week or the week before.
Last week, but it was like in the middle of the week, and so during what we normally listen to, it just fell through the cracks for us, and we didn't review it. So we apologize.
So this guy, I listened to the whole thing. And I went back to the song called Personal. I like that song, and I think that might be the song that they're like pushing a little bit. I think they're going to shoot a video to it. I've seen some things on Instagram. But I think that he falls right in between Party and Division, and I feel like he is that mix so that if the listener doesn't want to be too soulful, then they can listen to this guy. I'm a fan though. Yeah, I like it. OVO has they call it OVO Sound for a reason. Like they've carved out their own sound.
Right.
I mean, even Baka Not Nice, like his stuff that he's dropped recently, still sounds like a OVO thing. Even though Baka's insane, it sounds like an OVO thing. So it's an OVO ting, East Side, So I'm a fan of that. I listened to WizKid, Naughty Ride. I liked it personally.
It's pretty good.
I like WizKid. Let's see what else I listened to. I listened to Romeo Santos, Imitadora. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was lit. Romeo Santos used to be in like the Spanish version of like a boy band.
Okay.
Aventura. Spanish girls love me like I'm Aventura.
Okay.
So he's out of there. He's like their breakout star from there. Shout out to Romeo Santos.
Did you listen to it Intrigued? I didn't get to listen to it.
Nico and Vinz, I did not.
Because they're the ones who did Am I Wrong?
Right.
Which was like...
I did not listen to that.
Song's so good in my opinion.
That song's very great. I did not listen to that, though. I will have to go back to that. I listened to my boy, Ansel Elgort. All I Think About Is You. I like this dude a lot. I really think that he can kind of manipulate songs a little bit with his voice because, like I said before, he has like a classical, weird, trained voice, but he's pressing it out to try to make it soulful. And it sounds kind of weird, but I personally liked it. Did not listen to the Owl City song.
I didn't either. Did you listen where Summer Body, The Dream, and Fabulous?
Yes.
Good track.
Yes. Summer Body. I'm here for that.
Oh, I didn't listen to the Monty song.
Did not listen to Monty.
I didn't even know he dropped it. I didn't see that when I was looking.
I need to listen to Luke Christopher because he had something a couple years ago that was hard that I don't remember.
Small world, because Luke, I saw him and I was like, okay, cool. And then this guy who I've been following from YouTube because he played this game called Smite, and then I followed him through like Twitter. That's his cousin. And that was like 2 years ago. I started like watching this guy on YouTube, and I was like, what in the world? Like, what are the odds?
That's kind of insane.
Right?
Did you listen to anything else single-wise?
No, man. That's about it.
So there's
besides
definitely
the Swoop song, which is All the Time, when it's a song of like how God is good like all the time, and he does it in like a dope way. And like, so there's this line how he's like, he says something about Chance. He's like Chance said, you know, I talk to God in public. And then he said something about, I talk to God when I'm getting groceries. I talk to God in public. It's like, it was just like,
that's
it was
dope.
just a nice little like play, but like you
That's
should listen.
dope.
After the podcast, we'll have to
That's
like
dope.
play it. It's
I like
pretty good.
that. So yeah, guys, we're always here for your new music. We broke down DJ Khaled's album, Grateful. We broke down Vince Staples' new project, which I was surprised by. I think it was amazing.
I'd say it's definitely the top 10 albums of the year so
Top
far.
5.
Top 5. Wow. You there? You there? Who you taking out?
Sean, unfortunately. I really liked Sean's album. I thought it went under the radar, but I'm taking it out.
I could just be okay with jumping out the window because that song is so lit.
Jumping out the window is crazy.
And
I like the Sacrifices. The Migos joint is really good to me too.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
see you,
I think
Vince.
it's great.
It's
Shout out
real
to Vince,
good.
man. So now we're going to start talking about crews, hip hop crews.
Remember that song? You ain't messing with my crew. I made that.
Did I hear it?
Yeah, we understand.
Oh, yep.
Dude, it's been so long. Dude, I'm starting to get in that.
That's reminded me okay.
I'm starting to get in that zone again where I'm like, gosh, dang it, like.
You want to make rap music?
Yeah, because I went back and listened to my SoundCloud songs, and I was like, these actually like aren't garbage. Like, there's definitely like
so much would be different with production and all of that. I think that you can do anything you want to do, man.
I'm thinking about it.
You want to make some rap music?
I still want to do that banging on the glass song.
How'd it go?
That banging on the glass. Hey, yo, let's make a toast. Giving God the glory because he deserves the most.
I think I remember
and all
it
these
now.
glasses raised. I could see it coast to coast. And
Just-
it's only in our
just
weakness
record
that we all
it.
like the boss. Tell me that
Record
chorus
it.
is not
Did you
lit.
have a beat to that one?
Yeah, but it was a beat, like I made it and like the beat was already like by somebody else. So it was one of those things
Drop a
where
mixtape, man.
you think?
Yeah. Just drop. If you want to make rap music, Zach,
You
make your rap music. All right,
Yeah.
make it.
Okay.
Make it.
I just
Drop.
gotta
Just
do it.
drop a mixtape.
Just get back in the zone of like listening to beats I like. Just do it.
Just drop it, and then I'll just put a bunch of gifs on Twitter of my car blown up because you just gave me that fire mixtape.
But I think that what I would need to do though is probably do like 15 to 20 songs and then like
Good googly moogly.
yeah, but we need,
Oh, and then like pick out of
Pick 'em,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
like, and we would pick like our favorite 6 because I'm honest enough to know when the song is like not really that great. That's why I only put 3 songs on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And now listening back to Trophies, I'm like, this is actually like okay. It's not like the best. There's like certain parts that stand out, but I didn't really like my flow on it as much.
Yeah.
That Aladdin remix though, I still think goes hard.
I remember that. That was hard. On my old phone, I had a bunch of stuff you sent me while we were at school.
Yeah.
And that all that stuff's on my old phone. Yeah, man. Music's great. And I think that you can make rap music.
I was writing bars and I was
think that you
like,
should.
And there's a kids remix, so I'm thinking about maybe doing it.
Oh.
And my first line was this, that heat seeker, California Reaper. Like, come on, heat seeker? Like a heat seeking missile, but California Reaper, the hottest pepper. Come on. They ain't seen
Your
me
next
sometimes.
bar, your next bar, you could like do something with Sons of Anarchy. Because remember they had a Reaper on their vest and they were in Cali. You could twist that.
Mm-hmm. Heat seeker, California Reaper. I don't know, something.
You could do something, but I think your biggest thing is just making something, like just doing it and just putting it out.
Just put it on the table. I know I need to.
Just put it out.
I believe in myself enough, but and at the same time, though, like I said, I'm so critical of myself.
Well, the thing is, you need to let other people be like me. Like if you send me something and I think it's trash, I'll be like, "Yo, these are things you need to do different." You know what I mean?
See what you're
Like
saying.
this is
just like complete it first.
Don't be critical yourself. Just let other people you trust do that, because if you do that, bro, you're gonna be 6 albums in and no one will ever hear it, ever. It'll be like detox. Is this your detox?
Nah.
It'll be your detox.
Nah. All right. We'll see what happens. I need to though. I'm like itching.
Getting the itch for it.
Oh,
Getting the itch
yeah.
for the hip hop music.
A lot.
Shout out. I think that you can do it. Just do it, man.
I know. Which is weird because you remember like, I feel like I do it when I feel like I need to do it. Because you remember how quick I threw out that Daps and Pounds intro?
Yeah, when you're under pressure.
Well, I did it in 30 minutes. I was just
Pop it
like,
out.
how's this sound? You're like, actually pretty darn good. And I was
liked
like,
it.
Cool.
Well, and then I've had multiple people who have listened to the podcast. Shout out to gang. Shout out to Dappies. But everybody who has talked about the podcast has said that gets stuck in their head. And then I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast. Shout out to Maul and Rory. And Rory is if you listen to that podcast and listen to Rory, you will see that we, personality-wise, are a blend of Rory. Rory is a white dude who joined a all-black fraternity in college, but he's not obnoxious. Like, he's still a white dude, but he's like a really cool, like, he understands.
So he understands when black culture wins. It's good. It's a good thing.
Yo, you need to put that in the byline on the podcast. Black culture wins. But yeah, man, and they were talking about Nori because Nori had a theme song for his podcast, and they were like laughing. They were like, "What? Who has a theme song for the podcast?" And then Joe was like, "That's kind of hard, though. I should probably get a theme song for my podcast." And this was when we were on like episode 6. So we're doing things that sometimes we don't give ourselves credit, right? And
Right.
I think in just life, but we're doing things. We're giving you guys a podcast that has a theme song. We have segments. Do you know how many people do podcasts and just like, so what'd you do today? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll have those moments. We'll give you guys those moments where you just don't have anything to talk about and we want to flow. But we're giving you guys segments which take time. We're giving you guys a theme song. And the theme song you made stays in people's heads. And I've had people say that. I've had people say like, "This is the Daps and Pound." They're off beat. They're off beat as all get out. But they at least know the lyrics.
I was playing PC, and so like Roman Ryan. I was playing with Roman Ryan, and Roman was like, "This is the Daps and Pound show." And then like Ryan would be like, "Two bikes, two friends, one show, let's go." Like, but they make fun of it. But the thing is, they both said, but it's actually like good because it gets stuck in your head.
Listen,
That's what I made it for. I said, okay.
You made a commercial. You made the jingle.
Yo, hit me up with those jingles. I always go back to that Rob Deerdeck episode where like he made like 15 jingles and that.
Oh, that was a great man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Big. That was a great episode.
Yeah,
that
and I want to do that so bad.
I remember what you're talking about actually. Yeah. Shout out to Rob Big, man. Memories.
So, Cruise.
Oh yeah. So
Tangent. Golly, that was a long tangent.
No, I like Dolby Music Talk.
All right.
But you're putting pressure on yourself.
I don't care.
Because you're putting it on the podcast.
That's
so
true.
now it's like...
Now all the people are like, oh, great, here we go. We got to listen to his rap songs.
Well, no, it's more so people are like, well, are you actually going to do it? Are
That's
you going to
true.
do it? So this is good. I like that we had this talk.
All right.
All right, Rap Crew. So I was thinking about it. I went back this week and listened to The Infamous, which is Mobb Deep's first album. And I was thinking about Rap Crews, and I was thinking about who had the best crew. So we're talking about G-Unit. We're talking about Murder, Inc. We're talking about Bad Boy, Death Row, Rough Riders, everybody like that who had a crew. And my favorite is G-Unit. My favorite is G-Unit because if you go by record sales, Lloyd Banks' first album did really well. Yeah. He had On Fire. He had Smile. Yayo had So Seductive. I put the G in G-Unit, baby. Tony Yayo could not rap to save his life, in my opinion.
I'm really
but
mad
it was
at.
good.
I'm really mad at Mr. Top 5 because I told him. I said, he's like, oh, we were talking. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna have engagement pictures later on today.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, you need to do me one favor. He's like, what's that? And I was like, you need to, at some point while you're taking pictures, have So Seductive playing on your phone at some point. I don't know what. It was just like one of those random thoughts, but he was dying. And he didn't do it, though. So
why not?
I know, right?
Does Lindsay not like Tony Yayo in the G-Unit?
But that's a valid question.
My wife is going to have to do things like that, or else I'm saying no.
She may be like, what? Tony who?
Tony Yayo. Free Yayo, Tony Yayo, and the G-Unit.
Right. G-Unit.
I just think they were good. Young Buck's first album, Sure You Want to Ride With Me, Stomp. I think he had bangers. I think Murder, Inc. is up there, though. Ja Rule had a run that was insane. I think people forget about Ja Rule's run.
But who was... I mean, during that time of G-Unit, though, who was doing something like that? Like, I'm trying to think, like, because I would say G-Unit is probably the closest to our time where, like, we grew up with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so, like, because we kind of were, like, we were really young when, like, Rough Riders was really a thing and stuff like that. So, like, G-Unit, I remember vividly, but I'm trying to remember, like, during that time, I don't think there was really anybody else.
G-Unit just wiped everyone out. Like, Murder, Inc. was the only people doing things like that at that time, and they just got them out of here.
If we're talking bars, I think we'd have to say Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse is nuts. Slaughterhouse, which I didn't listen to the new Royce da 5'9" thing he put on SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see that.
I should probably do that. Bar Exam 4, I believe it's called. But Slaughterhouse lyrically is insane. And I think that if you look at Shady and what they did with D12, like, if you listen back to D12's first album, they actually have bars.
My band.
And Purple Pills.
Oh,
These
yeah.
green and yellow, purple pill, dirty doesn't it? Like, they actually had some bars. I forgot when I was listening to that album, like, a couple weeks ago, because I had a really big Eminem kick a couple weeks ago, and he dissed Limp Bizkit so hard. But listening back to it these years later, because I was actually a Limp Bizkit fan at the time, and I remember not knowing what to do. But
but Young Money, Cash Money signed Limp Bizkit.
Right?
He had it as a comeback.
Oh, my gosh. That was so trash. Birdman, like, do you realize that their signing bonus probably, like, that was probably some of Wayne's money?
They signed Paris Hilton, too, remember?
They signed Paris Hilton. I think she might still be under contract. I want to know what Jay Sean was supposed to blow. Remember Jay Sean?
Yo, Jay Sean's first mixtape.
That one song, you remember, that was, like, only released...
It was on the mixtape. He had more than one good song on that mixtape.
Jay Sean was out here.
No, he
just got screwed.
He got screwed.
How many artists?
Maybe are you no.
That weird Lil Wayne laugh. Ha!
Yeah.
Ha!
Golly.
This conversation is all over the place.
No groups. Okay, so modern day groups. Let's talk about that then.
Okay,
if we're gonna talk about
groups,
modern day groups. Are we going to? So I would say Slaughterhouse is still a modern day group.
Slaughterhouse is out there.
TDE.
TDE is still
But
out
now,
there.
are we gonna call labels groups?
Jace. They're the
See what I'm saying? Like
they're very similar. If they do group activities, then I would say yeah.
Okay.
So Slaughterhouse, TDE count.
OVO sound, good music.
Good music counts.
Good music.
Even though we're still waiting on Cruel
Summer.
Because
we had Cruel Winter.
So we're still waiting on Cruel Summer. That was supposed to be out around this time.
Cruel
so
Winter. Go back to that, by the way.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Honestly,
Flu.
I don't even listen to the Flu is crazy. I don't even listen to the regular version anymore. Because Push's verse on the remix is so nuts.
Oh, dude, I kind of want to go back and... Dude, remember... Jeez. Okay, we keep saying... Well, remember... Like, have you seen that episode of South Park? The
Which
member
one?
berries?
No.
Member... Like, so there's... Okay, sidetrack.
Explain.
Anyways, there's like these grapes that apparently like they're member berries, and they were all like it was about nostalgia, and so they'd be like, "Remember Chewbacca?" They're like, "Yeah, remember Star Wars?" And so like we keep on saying "remember," so I'm like, "Remember Cruel Winter? Remember G-Unit?
Remember?
Man, wow!"
I haven't. That's actually a funny concept. I haven't watched South Park in.
Dude, that show is still funny.
I haven't. I've even stopped watching Family Guy. Not because I don't like them. It's just my time. But
no longer. He can watch whatever he wants, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That was really weird. Yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about
Cruise. All right, labels.
Cruise, okay,
But I'm
labels.
saying if we're gonna talk about like good music, if you want to look at their roster, good music can win out.
OVO sound, good music.
I'm not gonna say OVO sound because I mean OVO sound is one.
That's
They're not the best because
Yeah.
like you have like P Rain and like he's like somebody who's like you listen to his stuff and you're like this is pretty good, but he doesn't have like star quality about him.
I think he's changing his name, by the way, to Preem or something like that. I'm not sure. But
That's hard to do.
very because he already has like an album out.
Remember when Bay Major like changed his name like 5 times and then he dropped off the face of the earth when he could have been huge?
I guess he still writes and
I
makes
can see
beats and gets checks, but
That's fine.
as an artist, I don't think he's ever gonna do anything. I say TDE.
Dude, TD, yeah. I would have to agree with that.
SZA dropped a fire album. Kendrick Lamar dropped Damn this year, and it's incredible.
Schoolboy Q's
Schoolboy
probably gonna
Q.
drop. I think he's done, right? Yeah.
He's supposed to be done. J-Rock is underrated to me. I just think he doesn't make good songs, but I think he has like rappity rap stuff that's dope. Ab-Soul's album was good. It was just real crazy. Like he has this whole song about God being a woman and like him having sex with her. Like it was just really far out.
Those
there.
are normal thoughts.
Happens every day. It was insane, but bar wise, Ab-Soul's right there too.
Ab-Soul's there.
I'd say TDE probably has
Best crew right now.
best crew right now.
Now, best duos in rap. I'm saying Grits. Come at me.
Best duos in rap.
Like, who do we got, though? Like, who's big? I mean, there's, like, nobody, really.
Do they have to still be together? Because I was going to say Clips.
Yeah, I mean, who are you looking... Now, let's look in history. Like, so we got Clips. We got Ray Sherman.
Do they both have to rap?
Ray Sherman.
If they both have to rap, then I can't say it. But I was going to say Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff. But they didn't rap.
Well, that's like Malcolm Moore and Ryan Lewis.
Yeah. So I won't say them.
Now I'm thinking about it, there's really...
Duos.
Duos.
Ray Srim is nuts.
That's crazy.
Duos.
No one's duos.
Kid and Play back in the day.
But I think that's because of when it gets into money and business, dude. It's hard to like stay together.
It's just about 8-Ball MJG. Yeah, duos. What happened to the duos? No one did duos. I mean,
can you imagine if 50 Cent and Game were a duo?
It'd be insane. We did get Royce the 5'9" and Eminem on the Bad Meets Evil though.
I didn't really like that though.
I thought that it was bars to death, but
Yeah.
They had one song that I think Bruno Mars was on the hook for that I liked. That was a song, but the rest of it was just bar you to death.
So best crew, I think. for our generation, the most impactful was definitely G Unit.
I think so too. I think they embodied what it meant to be a hip hop crew, and I think that all of their offshoots, Young Buck, The Game, everybody was really successful, and I think that that's how you prove a strength in being a crew. So I give it to G Unit.
And then for a while, I felt like it was Maybach Music.
They had a chance to be really great for a long time, and I just think weirdness happened. But I mean, I still think that they are a crew. Everyone's still signed, but Omarion doesn't really. You never see him around them anymore. We thought that Omarion album. I remember me and you texting about it. We were like, "Yo, Omarion over some of the beats that Maybach can generate is gonna be nuts."
It is good though.
It is. It is. MIA is amazing, by the way. That song's so good.
That song's amazing.
I still need that speeding. Oh my God. Yo, and while we say that, people listening still have no idea. Guys, go to YouTube. Put in Omarion speeding. You guys, that song didn't do anything, by the way. It was not like a popular song. How? I don't know, because it is me, you, and Brandon are the only people who get it.
I genuinely want to cut this podcast, us listen to the song, and then like come back to it because like
it's so good. It's so good. Shout out to Omarion.
Yo,
we're the only podcast in America right now giving shouts out to Omarion right now. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. Guys, while we're talking about the best, let's talk about our favorites. All right, we are going to give you our top five favorite album of the year recipients at the Grammys.
Yeah.
All right, at the Grammys, the album of the year is the most important trophy you take home. We're going to give you our favorites. All right. So, do you know who you got first? I got to pull up my list.
All right, so I'm going to go with the most controversial one first.
Oh, snap. What'd you do, son?
So I'm going to have to put this out there because now, actually, this was cool because part of me, when I was looking at this list, it actually really made me want to like take a trip down memory lane and go back and listen to the winners. You know, go back and listen to those Frank Sinatra albums, you know, and like piece by piece because, see, the thing is...
Fly With Me? Come fly with me.
I'm pretty sure. He had won like 3.
Okay.
He won 3, I'm pretty sure. But like, I've never listened to a full Stevie Wonder album, you know, and like I've never listened to a full Frank Sinatra album. I didn't listen to Whitney Houston's full album, you know, so like, and that was just because of, you know, at that time, timing and then like what your parents listened to.
Right.
So I missed all that. So for me, my list is pretty short because if I was to guide it based on, who is it?
Bree.
Oh, should we?
Hey, Bree. We're on the podcast right now. You're live on the Daps and Pound Show, episode 21.
Okay, hey, I'll talk to you later, okay?
I'll call you back in like a few minutes. We're almost done recording.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Okay, no, that's fine. Call me back.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
When did...
She's so...
Yo, ladies and gentlemen,
she's so
Bree's name in Malcolm's phone is...
Oh.
is Petty Wop.
Listen, she's the most petty girl I know in my life. And instead of calling her Fetty Wap, I call her Petty Wap.
Yeah.
But now I call her Mama Wap.
Mama Wap, I like it.
After the baby, she's gonna
Dude, when Bree gets old, like she's gonna be the sassiest, like old lady.
Dude, that baby, she's having a girl. That baby's gonna come out like sassy baby. That baby is gonna be nuts.
Anyways, all right. So top 5.
All right.
So I'm not ranking these as in from a like what maybe a Grammy standpoint would come. So these are just kind of like personal favorites for me. That's how I'm doing this top 5. Because if I had to rank these on like biggest impact and stuff like that, like I don't know where I'd be. So for me, adding this because this is probably like the only album of this artist that I pretty much like from front to back that I was shocked is Taylor Swift 1989.
Okay.
I felt like it was very well written. I felt like it had enough diversity on it. I felt like that was the album where she really broke away from her country like roots, and I felt like it suited her really well. And I was very just impressed with the album from front to back when I first listened to it. So I'm gonna say Taylor Swift, 1989 for my first one.
Okay. So the list that I put together, I have 2 of these albums on vinyl. But this made me want to get the other 3 on vinyl. This experience.
Cool.
One of them, the first one I'll say, my mom had on vinyl. It's not mine, and I actually have to sneak and listen to it when I listen to it because my mom's crazy about her vinyls. It is the Bodyguard soundtrack. All right, from 1994, Whitney Houston.
See, and I saw this one.
And so the Bodyguard movie I saw when I was probably like 13 years old or whatever.
Right.
And it's all about Whitney Houston. She has a bodyguard. She has a stalker. The movie's actually pretty dope, but it's Whitney Houston acting. And this is the soundtrack that we get. I Will Always Love You. Mm-hmm. I Will Run to You. There's dope cuts on this album. It's a really good album. This is when Whitney Houston
was queen,
became like crazy. The album before this was like I Wanna Dance, which is Mage, but this album was the album that did it. So I got to give props to Whitney Houston, arguably the best singer of all time, female singer of all time. What's your next one?
This is probably going to be on your list as well, so we'll knock it out of the park with that one. Michael Jackson, Thriller. Yeah,
I knew it.
I mean,
yep, for sure.
I can go back and listen to that album, and it just it's so crazy how much Michael Jackson has influenced people.
He was so ahead of his time.
No,
man.
he really was. Mike, you a G.
The Thriller album is insane.
Sorry for your life, and it's tainted your career, but your music though, it's still
your music is still pristine.
Your music's still lit.
Your music's still legit.
Hey, Thriller. I mean, what's not like you can't say anything bad about this album.
No, you can't. You really can't. So I had Michael Jackson as well, so I guess I'll give another one. I don't remember the year, 97 through 99 maybe, but that's when I started watching MTV TRL with my sister. She's 3 years older than me, so she was watching TRL and Carson Daly, and then they said that this show called Unplugged was going to come on, and Lauryn Hill was on it. And so that's what was my first introduction to Lauryn Hill, and the Fugees with Wyclef. And the Fugees album had Killing Me Softly on it, which changed a lot of music and how it was made. This album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, if you go back and listen to it, you will feel like the stuff, and I love Kehlani, I love all of this stuff, you will feel as if like, dang, she only made one album. Like, she's still alive walking around, but she had like issues and she just never made another album. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is one of the best like albums, period.
Hot take.
What up?
I've never listened to this album.
Go back and listen to it and you're going to be like,
yo,
what?
All right, then we'll make that part of the discussion.
When you hear
that
thing, like, bro,
and I know that song. I know Killing Him Softly.
You'll hear stuff and you'll know it.
Yeah.
So you say you haven't listened, but you like by osmosis because you're hip hop, like you've heard her. But
I'm ashamed to say that though. You would think like I've already done my homework.
Bro, it's not. There's so much stuff I haven't heard. I didn't hear Mobb Deep till I was 15 years old. If you say that to some hip hop people, they go, "You're black. How have you not heard it?"
Right, that's true.
I'm like, bro, I was born in 1990. Their album came out. Do you think I was 5 years old listening to Shook Ones?
Yeah.
It's a war going outside. Somebody kill you? No, I didn't know what that was.
True.
So it's not our fault. But The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Can you say what your favorite Lauryn Hill song is then? Because there's only one album.
My favorite Lauryn Hill song is with the Fugees, and it's Killing Me Softly. It's just amazing to me.
I will do. Which one do I want to do? I'll keep this one because I mean this is an artist we're gonna look back on, and her body of work I think everybody's going to greatly respect from head to toe. Adele, 21.
Yep, that's on my list too.
Adele, 21. And I like 21 better than I like her new album. Her new album is great, but 21, like, That album was crazy.
21 is the slow song that came out, the old friend, why you gotta be so like
Her voice is so unique too when you really
Nuts,
listen to everything else.
shout out to Adele, as Rick Ross calls her. Adele.
Hey yo.
21.
We probably have another one.
This is gonna be my last one because we had so many that were similar. Outkast.
Yeah, I got it, of course.
Speaker Box of Love Below.
Shout out to hip hop. Like, honestly, it's so iconic that this album is the one hip hop album that is the album of the year.
So,
well, Lauryn Hill's is, I guess, too, but like,
yeah, and okay, so that year that they won, I was watching the Grammys, and I remember them winning, and they were up against like some albums that you would expect to win, and they won, and like people were like, yeah, but they didn't really understand what was happening. And I remember like, yeah! And my mom's like, that's just some noise. Why do you care about Outkast? What's an Outkast? I was like, Mom, that Hey Ya song you were dancing to?
Yeah.
She goes, that's Outkast. Oh, I like Outkast.
Yeah.
I like Outkast. Like typical older parent not understanding. Speaker Box and Love Below is amazing. Outkast is amazing.
some of the best karaoke songs that you can play.
Ever. Shout out to Outkast. Forever Outkast fan.
Apparently, Tanner Crockett can do a good Caroline.
Ooh.
He says he knows the verse by like heart. Like he
Need
can
a
do...
golden calculator to divide.
All right, last one for me is actually Norah Jones. Come Away With Me.
Come away with me.
In the night. That's an album where you feel like you're just wrapped in a blanket,
The
man.
ultimate Starbucks
Dude, it's so good
experience. Get a big blanket. Let it start raining outside.
Mm-hmm.
Put the vinyl joint on. Wrap up. Text your buddies. Pet your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Put your dog. Say, dog, I don't usually let you up in the bed, but I'll put you in the bed with me tonight.
It's true.
Love it.
But this album actually goes back to my parents used to play this in the car, like
Really?
trips and stuff.
That's
oh, yeah.
lit. I would be knocked out. I'd be asleep.
But they always like for a while like my dad was like really big into like listening to jazz, like so like easy listening music, and Norah Jones was one of those. And like I remember like really digging this song at a very young age. Come Away With Me, like so. Norah Jones, respect.
Shout out to Norah Jones.
So that's our top five, ladies and gentlemen. Go through the list. Listen to some songs you haven't listened to.
Guys,
yeah.
we have given you a breakdown of all the new music that came out. We talked NBA draft. We had some real hip hop bro talk. We talked about Dobie's upcoming mixtape. We talked about hip hop crews, kind of the ins and outs back then, how they differ from then to now, who's around, who's relevant now, and we gave you our top five favorite. What are you smiling at me for?
This is an interesting question, but I already know my answer.
Top five favorite Grammy award, the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. That was our top five this week. Always, you guys can always write in and tell us your top five, which you'd like us to discuss. We gave you our good, bad at the beginning of the show too as well. So, guys, we thank you, and we are going to close out the show the only way we know how, and that is by giving you our 101 conversation starters
For couples.
Dude,
Dude, I'm really so glad we still did this idea.
Yeah, it's dope.
All right. Which of the following would you find most gratifying? Earning a PhD, publishing a best-selling book, recording an original chart-topping song, winning an Olympic gold medal.
Whoa.
Chart-topping song for me. Like, I'm too much of, like, I've already dove into that scene enough that, for me personally, like, a chart-topping song, that would just be absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's so huge in today's society.
6 or 7 years ago, I would have said chart-topping song, 100%.
Okay, where are we going? Because I feel like it's one of the first two.
I'm going book.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm going book.
I knew it.
I'm going book. I've been reading more recently.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing how the words of a book influence. Like, I got the idea for a vision board from a book. I got whatever. You know what I mean? And if it's done correctly, people can't hate on it. I'm afraid of music now. Like, not afraid, but I'm just not. I'm just not in a mode to make it.
That's.
I think a top charting song would be amazing. Oh, it's tough. I don't know, man.
I
It's
feel
tough.
like I wanted to say book because you've been writing for a long time, actually.
Yeah.
And I feel like seeing where you are now, like I feel like your heart is definitely changing to become more of like an entrepreneurial leader and influencer.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that sometimes is through a book. And I can totally see you writing an awesome book.
I appreciate that. And I can totally see you writing a dope top charting song on Billboard Hot 100. Can't wait for the Dobie mixtape coming out.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Coming out this Christmas.
They ain't never felt these fabrics.
December 20th in that range. Does that sound like a good date to you? I'm
Sure,
forcing
let's
this
do
right
it.
now.
Let's do it.
Around December 20th,
Let's
Dobie's
do it.
dropping a new mixtape. Endorsed by the Daps and Pound Show. We'll break the whole thing down and give you progress updates.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Dobie's new mixtape comes out this November. We're going to get that top charting song on and cracking. Guys, we've gone through everything with you. This is episode 21. Next week is episode 22. Reminder, go to our social media. That's Daps_Pounds. Go to YouTube. Search us. Leave a comment. Go to Stitcher. Search us. Leave a comment. Go to iTunes.
You can't leave
Search
comments
us.
on a podcast.
Stitcher?
Oh, maybe you can on Stitcher. I don't think you can.
We'll review. I guess I should say review.
Yeah, just if you can, give us a review.
Review us, guys. We appreciate it. We see everything and we respond to everything. Shout out to Justin Walsh because he said on Twitter that he looks to us for new music. So shout out to him.
Love it.
Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to the normals that usually like our stuff. We are out. We represent 2 mics,
2 friends,
and 1 show. The Daps and Pounds Show. Woo! We did it. Too sweet. We did it.
Peace. Have fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.